Tuloy po tayo sa power of control and supervision naman po tayo, no? Dito natin ipapasok yung alter ego doctrine or yung doctrine of qualified political agency. So what does this mean? The alter ego principle is also called as the doctrine of qualified political agency. So what does this mean? It provides that the actions taken by the heads, no, are deemed the acts of the president unless the president should later disapprove them. So yan po yung isang facet, yan yung isang ah, characteristic, no, ng alter ego principle. Ulitin natin, the acts of the heads are the acts of the president, no? So pag nagkaroon ng, ng incompetent, well, if there was an wag na pala incompetent, if there was an unsatisfactory act committed by a department secretary, that should be considered as an unsatisfactory act of the president. Kasi whatever act ang ginawa ni department secretary, act siya ni president. Okay, so ano pa yung next no bago tayo tuloy natin. Okay. So in other words po pala no, ah tandaan nyo, pwedeng i-disapprove ng president. So hence, the president can exercise powers conferred by law to his cabinet members and officers whom he exercises control. Okay? Also the power of the president to reorganize the national government may be validly delegated to the cabinet members. Kasi po ang president, he can reorganize the executive branch, no? So he can delegate this one to the cabinet members because the actions of the cabinet are deemed the actions of the president. Example, tatanggalin yung isang ano ba? Parang isang region, no? Yung isang region sa DENR. Pwedeng gawin ng president, ibigay sa DENR secretary yung discretion na yan, no? To remove isang region dun, ng DENR, no? Dun ah, sa mga offices, no, ng DENR. Okay. However, even if the department secretary is an alter ego of the president, ulitin ko, natakal ko na to before, the secretary cannot invoke the immunity from suit in a case filed against him since the question acts, wag palang immunity from suit, the in presidential immunity. Yan. Kasi pwedeng i-invoke yung immunity from suit, depende. 'Di ba? If the ultimate liability will fall to the state, 'di ba? Kasi the act was done in the exercise of his official duties, pwedeng i-invoke ng secretary yung immunity from suit of the state. Yan. Pero hindi niya pwedeng i-invoke yung presidential immunity kasi this is only vested to the president. Okay. However, ganito, the secretary of a department can invoke the immunity from suit of the state. Ah, di ba? Medyo ako ng konting correlation, no? If the secretary, no, committed acts in the exercise of his official functions. Why? Because the ultimate liability will fall to the state. O, yun. Okay. Iba yung presidential immunity, iba yung immunity from suit of the state. Lastly, the alter ego doctrine does not apply, tandaan nyo to ha, where the chief executive is required to act personally by law or by the constitution per, to act personally. In other words, personal po yung power, yung prerogative, no? Examples ito, no, yung sa exploration, no, of the natural resources of the Philippines, no. The president must minerals pala must enter into agreements with foreign-owned corporations involving either technical or financial assistance for large-scale exploration, development, and utilization of minerals, no? So, pwede bang ipasa sa DENR Secretary to or sa Department of Energy Secretary? No. Kasi the Constitution mismo states that it must be the president. Siya dapat ang signatory dun sa agreement with foreign-owned corporations for the exploration, no, of minerals in the Philippines. No? Ano pa? No? Lagyan natin another example, no? Is the calling out power. Other examples pala, marami. Are, ayan, the calling out power, the power to declare martial law, and the power to suspend, no? Ayan, the, ano ba? Privilege of the writ of habeas corpus, no? This can only be done, ayan, by the president. Oh, di ba? Power to call out the military. Para mas malinaw, hindi calling out power. Ayan. Ano tayo, tandaan nyo ha, bakalagay po dito sa calling out power heads, no? Note, the heads of the departments are the alter egos and no other. Okay, may no other pa ako. Heads, ha? O, example, the president issued an administrative order, no, which states that the GOCCs can establish, corporation yan, di ba, GOCC, can establish an annual medical checkup program para sa kanilang mga empleyado. Wait lang, mic test muna tayo ulit. Mic test, mic test. Baka hindi ko na i-record. Okay, so may annual medical checkup program yung kanilang mga empleyado. So ABC Corporation at GOCC requested that its health maintenance program, basically yung kanilang pag-check up sa mga empleyado, established, 'di ba, in partnership through a private health maintenance corporation. Basically, hindi nila i-in-house, i-ano nila, i-outsource. 'Yun, i-outsource nila, no? And not through the annual medical checkup program provided by the administrative order. So, this was approved by the president allegedly through the senior deputy executive secretary of the office of the president. So, inaprubahan daw yan ng OP. Matindi yan, OP yan eh, no? Thus, ABC Corporation entered into a healthcare agreement with BBB Corporation, a private health organization. Later, the COA, no? Ba't ba the COA na lang? Malinawin natin. The Commission on Audit. Yan. This allowed the disbursement of the annual membership fees of the employees of ABC Corporation because it violated the administrative order of the president. So, dinisallow yung disbursement ng pera. Kasi syempre, magbabayad po tayo doon sa partnership natin with the healthcare organization, babayaran yung membership fees do sa healthcare organization na yon. So, ABC Corporation filed a petition for certiorari because the president allegedly allowed and granted the healthcare agreement through the senior deputy executive secretary. So, paano ang sagot dito? Is ABC Corporation correct? The answer is no. Kaya ako inulit, no? Yung alter ego doctrine, it only applies to the heads of the departments. Hindi na po sa ibang mga mabababa pang officers. In this case po, sa Office of the President, ang alter ego po ng President dyan is the Executive Secretary. Siya kasi ang head ng Office of the President. Yung pong Senior Deputy, hindi siya alter ego. Yan. Okay. No, no. ABC Corporation is incorrect. Under the doctrine of qualified political agency, each head, okay, deputy executive secretaries are only equal to undersecretaries. They are not the secretaries of the office of the president. That's why the act of the senior deputy executive secretary should not be considered as an act of approval of the president. So, the senior deputy executive secretary has no authority to exempt etong GOCC, no? What ba agency? A GOCC from the application of an administrative order. So we get the point. Next tayo, no? Power of control over all executive departments, bureaus, and offices. So ibig sabihin, kontrolado po ng presidente, ano po example executive department? DPWH. DSWD. Ayan, mga yan. Okay? Bureaus, NBI, mga ganyan. Okay? And offices. Okay. Control is the power. By the way, no, yung mga GOCC po, wala pong power of control ang president doon. Okay. Kasi po corporation nga sila eh. They have their own personality, basically, no. Distinct, and may power po yung president to appoint trustees, no. Pero hindi po pwedeng i-abolish ng president yan, no. Especially yung mga GOCCs ngayon na meron ng special charter. Pag po inabolish ng president, sabihin natin yung mga GSIS, SSS, PhilHealth, magkakaroon po ng, ayun na naman tayo, violation of the doctrine of separation of powers. Bakit? Kasi ininak po ng Congress yan. 'Di ba? Meron itong mga ganitong corporation, GSIS, SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig. Hindi pwede i-abolish ng president kasi that will contravene the law. Hindi pwedeng tanggalin ng president ang UP kasi ang UP may special charter. Same thing, no? Kahit na ano mangyari, hindi pwedeng buwagin, basically. Okay? Kasi nga, created by law. Diba? Ganun lang talaga, basic lang. Hindi kayo kailangan masyadong mahirapan sa ano eh. Basta get nyo lang yung mga basic principles. Tandaan nyo naman sa political law, kalahati dyan, pwedeng manggaling sa kaso, pero kalahati, applying the basic principles. No? At yung basic principles po, no, parang laging may common sense eh. No, hindi siya kasing technical talaga as sa remedial law. Kaya po hindi ganoon ka-intense yung, alam niyo na, the way I lecture for this one kasi hindi kailangan ng whiteboard, hindi kailangan, no? Jab-jab lang siya. Okay, so control is the power of an officer to alter, modify, nullify, replace the acts of his subordinates done in the performance of duties, no? So dito ko pala pinasok yung power to alter, modify, hindi pala sa alter ego. Kasi tama naman yung alter ego po, ang perspective nun, yung galaw ang galaw nung bata, galaw nung nasa taas. Basically, mula ito sa baba pataas eh. Department Secretary to the President. Pag sinabi mo naman power of control, mula sa taas pababa. Mula presidente, pababa. So ano pa pwedeng gawin ng president sa kanyang mga department secretary? Pwede niyang i-alter, modify, nullify, replace yung acts ng kanyang mga department secretaries. Okay? Further, the executive secretary, when acting by the authority of the president, may reverse the decision of another department secretary. Take note to, magka-level lang naman yung executive secretary of the office of the president at saka yung secretary ng DPWH, for example. Same level lang sila. Pero since the executive secretary acted by the authority of the president, presidente na yung nagsasabi nun. So, pwede niya nang i-reverse yung decision ng ibang mga department secretaries. Okay, ano pa? Ito pala yung maraming characteristics, yung power of control. The first is the president can alter the decisions, the acts of his subordinates. Next is, the president has the authority to reorganize or restructure the executive departments, bureaus, and offices, no? By abolishing or merging units and transferring functions to another unit. This is also called as administrative reorganization. Okay? Bawa yan, binago, no? DOTC. DOTR dati, ginawang DOTC ngayon. Pwede yan, no? Okay. Tapos pwede rin gumawa ng mga bagong departments, no? Sabihin natin yung Department of OFW, I think hindi na kailangan ilagay sa law yun eh. Pag sinabi ng president na may Department of OFWs, pwede. Tapos ita-transfer po ibang mga functions ng DOLE dun sa Department of OFWs, pwede yun. Gusto ni presidente. 'Di ba? So basically, tapos ilalagay po yung OWA. Yan, OWA is considered as an office. O ilipat yung OWA, magiging na siyang sa Department of OFWs, hindi na sa DOLE. 'Di ba? Pwede yan. Pwede ilipat-lipat na gano'n, no? Pwede. Basta tandaan nyo, hindi po covered dito, no? Ano ba yung mga usual na mga opisina ng gobyerno? Um, Commissions, yung mga yan, no? Commissions. Siyempre hindi pag mga constitutional commissions, no? Paano yung mga NLRC, no? Tapos ulitin natin, no? Departments pwedeng i-reorganize, no? How about NBI? Pwede mo i-reorganize? Yes, bureau eh. 'Di ba? Ano pa? BIR, pwede. Ano pa? BOC, pwede, no? Pwede yan, no? Kasi under lang po yan ng ano eh, Under lang po sila ng DOF, ng Department of Finance. So, pwede talaga silang i-reorganize. Ayos tayo dyan. Ano pa mga pwedeng i-reorganize? Yung mga authorities, instrumentalities of the government lang yan eh. NFA, NIA, mga ganyan pwede, no? Okay. Wait lang, I need to clarify sa NLRC. Anyway, yung NLRC, hindi pwedeng i-abolish ng president yan kasi given siya ng quasi-judicial powers, di ba? At the same time, created sa bylaw. No? Created sa bylaw to address yung mga labor disputes. So, hindi siya pwedeng i-abolish. Iba siya, quasi-judicial power kasi siya. Okay. Yan, no? So, basta tandaan yung executive departments, no, bureaus and offices pwede. How about yung, yun nga, sa office po papasok yung mga ano, NIA, no, National Irrigation Authority, National Food Authority, pwede po siyang i-reorganize, no? National Food Authority. Yeah. At ano po siya, agency po ang NFA ng gobyerno under the Department of Agriculture. Pwede talaga. Okay, you get the point, no? This is not an invalid, yung pang power po ng president to reorganize, no? The offices, no? Yung branches of yung departments, offices, bureau sa gobyerno. This is not an invalid exercise of legislative power. While the power to abolish an office is generally lodged with the legislature, the president can reorganize the executive branch because he has control over all departments, no? The power of the president to reorganize executive office or agencies even to the extent of modifying and realigning appropriations for that purpose. Why? Because the realign can even extend to the, yan, can even extend to the modifying malamang. Because realignment is merely incidental. Why? I-abolish mo yung isang department. E di syempre yung budget na yun, di naman pwedeng mawawala na lang mawawala na lang, di ba? Pwede mo ilagay yung budget na yun sa ibang mga bagay. Sabihin natin, yun nga ano, um, may bago na Department of OFWs. Di, ang mangyayari dyan, mahahati yung budget ng DOLE, di ba? May a-portion siya. So instead na lahat po ng pera napunta sa DOLE, mahahati na ngayon, mapupunta ng iba sa Department of OFWs. This is only incidental, di ba? To the primary power of the president to reorganize. Okay? Also, the power to reorganize the executive department is a limitation to the security of tenure of permanent employees. Kahit na po yung mga may security of tenure, sabihin natin, undersecretary. O, ayan, may security of tenure yun, hanggang 65. Pero inabolish. Exercise in good faith naman, inabolish yung department na yun, wala tayong magagawa. No, wala tayong magagawa. Mangyayari dyan, wala, tanggal sa trabaho, basically. Exception po siya sa ano security of tenure kasi in good faith naman. At the alter ego, ayan pala, the alter ego principle or doctrine of qualified political agency is a manifestation of control. So pangatlo pala, no? Let's I would like to include this here. Okay. Dito dapat. Sa taas ko dapat nilagay dito. The alter ego principle. So basically, ito po palang alter ego principle. It is just one manifestation of power of control. So ito yung pangatlong manifestation. The first manifestation ng power of control is pwedeng i-alter ng president yung act ng mga inferior officers. Mga subordinates dyan. Next is pwede niya i-reorganize yung officers. Pangatlo is alter ego. The alter ego principle is a manifestation of the power of control of the president. Yan. Okay. Next tayo, example, no? The president issued an executive order creating the PAGC. The commission has the power to investigate or hear administrative cases, no? For possible graft and corruption of presidential appointees. Later, President B issued an executive order abolishing PAGC, no, yung commission na ito, and transferring its functions to IAD Odesla. Okay. After a year, Mr. X filed before the IAD Odesla a complaint affidavit for grave misconduct against Mr. Y. Mr. Y alleged that in executing the executive order, President B usurped the power of the Congress to create a public office and violated the non-delegability of quasi-judicial powers. Is Mr. Y correct? No. Sa first po, the President has the power to control Bakit po? Sabi dito, no, ang sabi ni Mr. Y, ang meron daw power to create public offices is the Congress. Mali. The President can also create public offices kasi meron siyang power of control. One manifestation, di ba? Reorganize, reapportion, and so on. The second argument is also incorrect because the President did not delegate did not delegate any quasi-judicial power to IAD o DESLA. Kung makikita po natin, investigate lang naman daw ito or hear administrative case or complaints. Basically po, ipa-file din ng PAGC yung kaso kung may criminal case talaga sa prosecutor. Di ba? Magkakaroon din. Sa court din po mag-hear ng kaso. No? Okay. O kung may admin case man, talaga, no, para mapatawan ng suspension, ay, no, submit its report naman kasi and recommendations to the President. So, President pa rin na magde-decide. Okay. Recommendation lang siya. The second argument is incorrect because the President has the obligation to ensure that the laws are faithfully executed. So, faithful execution clause. The IAD o DESLA is a fact-finding and recommendatory body to the President. It does not have the power to settle controversies and adjudicate cases. Thus, Mr. Y is incorrect. Sabihin natin, ang President ba pwedeng magtanggal ng opisyales, no, sa executive departments, bureaus and offices? Yes, pwede. 'Di ba? Paano natin ko-correlate yan? Di ba, the power to appoint, ilagay ko na lang ang langalan dito, no? Lagyan ko lang ng note, no? O question. Can the President, ayan, note na lang, no? O tangent, lagay dito. Can the President, no, remove an, an officer, no, in the executive branch? Yes, because he has the power to, he has power of control, di ba? Over the executive branch, over the executive, the department na lang, department. Further, ayan, he has the power to appoint, no? And the power to appoint includes the power to remove, di ba? Naalala niyan. Basically, ulit lang tayo, no? Basically po sa political, no, tatandaan nyo, kailangan lang, may rason. May rason lagi kung bakit. May rason lagi kung bakit. Ganun. Anyway, any law naman, ganun. Dapat may rason ka lagi kung bakit. Can the President remove an officer in the executive department? Yes, no? May dalawang reasons. He has power of control. Next is he has the power to appoint, and the power to appoint includes the power of removal, to remove. However, this is subject to limitations, no? Such as ano daw 'yon? Such as the Constitution, 'di ba? Yung paano ka magi-remove ng ano, impeachable officers, hindi pwede, 'di ba? Tatanggalin lang ng president, no? The law and nakalimutan ko isa. Nawala isa, sandali lang. Balikan natin, nawala isa kung ano. Ayan, just cause. And Constitution, the law, and the security of tenure na lang. Of the officer. Something like that. Okay. Local government units, tandaan natin, administrative supervision lang po sa LGU ang pwedeng gawin o general supervision lang po sa LGU o yung tinatawag nating political subdivisions or yung tinatawag nating public corporations. Tatlo yan, LGU, public corporation, political subdivision. Wala pong power of control ang president sa kanila. General supervision lang. What does this mean? Pag sinabi mo kasing power of control, you can alter, modify, substitute. Pag sinabi mo general supervision, the president will just oversee if the LGU is acting in accordance with the law. Sumusunod ka ba sa batas? So, the president cannot interfere with the local government so long as they act within the scope of their authority and in accordance with the law. If the subordinate does not act in accordance with the law, the former may take action to make him perform his duties. However, this does not include the power to substitute one's judgment for that of the lower officer. No, so ibig sabihin natin, nag-set ng budget 1 million pesos, no, para sa pagpapatayo ng fountain. O ayan, yung LGU. Ayos naman, no? Kaya 1 million kasi mahal talaga yung materialis na gagamitin, no? Hindi, wala namang corruption na nangyari. Hindi pwedeng sabihin ng president na hindi, ayoko yung fountain, gawin mong library ng mga bata. Hindi pwede. If it was done within the functions, di ba? In accordance with the law, within the scope of the authority, saka in accordance with the law, hindi pwedeng i-substitute ng president yung o i-modify o i-alter yung act nung LGU. Pero paano pag may kickback na nangyari, mayroong corruption na nangyari, pwede. Pwede nang the president may take action to make him perform his duties, no? Kasi the LGU was not did not act in accordance with the law na. Okay. Such is a patent nullity because it violates the principle of local autonomy, no, Article 10, and separation of powers between the executive and the local legislative body. Kasi nga pala, ang local legislative body, sangguniang, exercising legislative powers, valid delegation, di ba? By the Congress of its legislative powers to the local government units. So na violate po yung doctrine of separation of powers. Pati yung 'di ba budget 'yan eh, gagawa niyan yung vice mayor at saka yung mga konsehalo, ipaglalagay nila ng budget dun sa fountain na 1 million pesos, i-interfere mo, that violates the doctrine of separation of powers. So, the power of general supervision includes the power to discipline, investigate, and remove local officials. Yung pala ibig ko sabihin, di ba? Nakalagay dito, the former may take actions to make him perform his duties. What action? What kind of action, no, can the president, no, do? He can remove. He can discipline and remove. Yeah. The local government officials. Ayun pala, hindi substitute yung pinaka-act itself. Hindi talaga pwedeng pakialaman yun, no? Kung yun na talaga yung nakalagay na sa budget, hindi pwedeng, kahit na may kickback na nangyari, hindi pwedeng palitan. Okay? Discipline, investigate, and remove. Okay? Local officials. So, control is the power to modify, nullify, replace, substitute acts. Okay, you get the point. Supervision is just oversee. Tandaan nyo yun, ha? Supervision, oversee the acts of the local government officials and make sure they are acting in accordance with the law. So, oversee in accordance with the law, yun ang kailangan mahanap. Anyway, administrative law na to, no? Admin law na to. Emergency powers, last topic natin for this video, no? Emergency power, nabanggit na to before sa delegation, di ba? Sa non-delegability of legislative power. So, mayroong requisites, no? Kailangan may war or other emergency such as COVID. O yan, baka matanong, sinasabi ko sa inyo, law. The delegation must be made through a law, not a resolution. The delegation must be made for a limited period only. Naalala ko pa, no? Hindi pwedeng matagal na panahon, hindi pwedeng undetermined time. Kaya po yung bayanihan to heal nga, ulitin ko, may expiration date yan. Bayanihan to recover. And may restrictions do sa pinakalo na yon. And this must carry out a national policy declared by Congress. Ano ba national policy sa COVID? Makontrol yung di ba, pandemic basically, no? Emergency power must be granted by law. However, it can be withdrawn by resolution or the cessation of the session, no? Cease or it will cease upon the next adjournment of the congressional session. Okay? So sabihin natin, in session, nagkaroon ng law, o emergency power, sabihin natin, ibigay natin sa president, pag nag-cease na po yung session na yon, no? Nag-adjourn na, hindi pala nag-cease, nag-adjourn na, ang mag-cease pala yung emergency power, hassle. Pag nag-adjourn yung session nila, mag-cease na rin yung emergency power. Oh, yun. So hanggang di sila nag-adjourn, tuloy-tuloy pa din. Okay, sige. So ito naman, under Article 12, no? Ayan tayo, sa natural resources na to, no? Patrimony. National economy and patrimony. Patrimony. Hindi pala patrimony. Patrimony. O, national economy and patrimony. Tingnan nyo, pareho. In times of national emergency. So, first requisite, pareho, di ba? When the public interest so requires, malamang may emergency. The state may, during the emergency, under reasonable terms prescribed by it. Any reasonable terms? Subject to restrictions as the Congress may prescribe. Diba? At saka limited period only. Temporarily take over or direct the operation of any privately owned public utility or business affected with public interest. Basically, halos lahat ng negosyo sa Pilipinas. Kasi kung hindi ka man public utility, affected ka with public interest. Ano example? O hindi naman public utility ang bangko. Pero affected with public interest yan. Diba? Fintech, financial technology apps, public interest. Hindi sila public utility kasi public utility limited dyan sa railroads, jeep, di ba? Transportation, telecom, yan ang mga public utility. Oh. Lahat naman yan privately owned, di ba? Telecom, internet, okay, get the point. Tubig, privately owned yan, depende, no? Sa Metro Manila, privately owned, no? O, di paano naman business affected with public interest? Bangko. O, ayan, you get the point, no? Factory ng ano? Factory ng face mask, mga ganyan, no? Medical company. O, public interest yan. So, ano po ang ibig sabihin nitong Article 12? Sabihin natin, nagkaroon ng COVID, bigla ba pwede agad yung president, pwede i-control? President po ito, no? President yung state. Ibig sabihin ng state na yan, president. Ay, hindi pala. Mali. Ang ibig sabihin pala ng state congress, okay? Naloko na, nalito na. Ibig sabihin ng state dito, congress. Ibig ba sabihin, pag nagkaroon ng COVID, automatic, pwede nang kontrolin ng president ang lahat ng mga ospital, privately owned, ang lahat ng mga manufacturing ng medicine, medical company sa buong Pilipinas, pati mga drugstores, pwede ba agad kontrolin ng Congress ng state? Hindi. Kailangan ulit may law. Section 17, Article 12 is an aspect of the emergency power clause of the President under emergency clause under articles of the President. Emergency clause, power clause under Section 23, paragraph 2, Article 6. Ito. Okay. Hence, the term state in Article 12 means Congress. Now, whether or not the President may temporarily take over private businesses depends on whether the Congress will delegate the same to the President pursuant to a law, prescribing reasonable terms thereof. Sabihin natin, paano kayo tatanungan dito? Nagkaroon ng, David versus Arroyo, sabihin natin. Nagkaroon ng emergency, sabihin natin, no? Sabihin natin, war. Nagkaroon ng war sa ibang bansa with laban ng ibang bansa. Pwede bang pumunta yung president bigla na lang sa mga television stations, TV stations, radio stations, tapos take over niya lahat? Presidente na po ang magkocontrol of OP na, Office of the President ang magkocontrol ng lahat ng media. Okay, company sa Philippines. Pwede ba yun? Hindi. That's unconstitutional. That's unconstitutional because there is no law granting this power to the president. Kung sabihin natin, nagkaroon ng law. O dahil po dyan sa pag-take over, o pagkakaroon ng war with another country, that's a national emergency. Pwede nang i-take over ng president, no, sabi ng law, yung mga media company sa Philippines. That's okay. For a limited period. Until, ano ba pwedeng limited period? Until matapos yung war. Whenever it may be. Diba? Pero may limited period, di ba? So, hindi naman natin alam kailan matatapos. You get the point, pwede. And subject to restrictions as the Congress may prescribe. Anong pwedeng restriction doon? Hindi natin papalitan yung board of directors and the corporate officers of the company, they will stay. O yun ang mga pwedeng restrictions dyan. However, the president ang magiging boss mo na ngayon. O, pwede yun, no? It must carry out a national policy declared by Congress. Ano yung national policy dyan? To ensure na walang parang spy sa media. To make sure that walang foreign country propaganda. Mga ganyan. And to make sure na mabilis ang delivery, ang transmission ng communication sa mga madlang people, sa mga tao. Dahil may war, mga ganyan. Di ba yung national policy, ba't may take over a media company? Para mabilis. Yung pagbibigay ng communication, saan ba dapat lumikas, and so on, paano dapat ang strategy. Yan, ang national, pwede. Okay, kasi nga, under tong Article 12 Section 70 na 'to, it's just an aspect of this one, no? So kung ang point ko lang po dito, kung merong ganyan na power to take over private businesses, ang suggestion ko i-apply niyo parehong provisions. So sabihin niyo under Article 6, no, there was a valid delegation of the emergency powers by the Congress to the President because i-apply niyo yung requisites. Further, no, the tawag dito, Article 12 was also complied with because there was a national emergency and the state, being the Congress in this case, no, during this emergency, delegate, and grant the President the power to temporarily take over or direct the operation of businesses of privately owned public utilities and businesses with affected with public interest, something like that. Such as media company. So, ganun, ipapasok niyo lang po basically yung facts doon sa requisites, no? I-apply niyo both, especially kung ganyan. Kasi syempre, one will not work without the other. Pag sinabi niyo lang Article 12, kulang. Pag sinabi niyo lang yung Article 6, kulang din kasi hindi siya specific. Yung Article 6 kasi, emergency in general, tapos powers in general. Hindi po siya specific sa ano bang power yan, take over private businesses. Walang ganun. Pag sinabi niyo lang naman yung private businesses sa Article 12, kulang din. Kasi kailangan nakita nung examiner yung salitang law. Kasi yun nga yung ibig sabihin ng state, Congress, law. Okay? Something like that. So you need to apply both. Okay, so next video natin, dito na tayo sa pinakamatinding topic sa Article 7, yung Commander-in-Chief powers. Laging may tanong every year. Nung panahon ko po sa bar, nagtanong dito. Tanong dito, no? Dito po sa calling out powers, ito po sa Commander-in-Chief powers ito, huwag kayo ma-overwhelm. It's just about mastering the provisions kasi mahaba, no? Pati yung Supreme Court na nabanggit diyan and so on, no? Si iba yung Article 7, nabanggit pa yung Supreme Court, di ba? Okay. Sige. Nabanggit ni Congress diyan. Lahat po nabanggit diyan sa section na 'yan, no? Okay tayo next video, section 18, next video tayo. Commander-in-Chief powers na tayo.